Okay, I'm gonna try and get you guys caught up again a little bit. Today was mostly a traveling day. I got in last night very late after when it all said and done. It was 8 hours on the border trying to get back and forth. Now, unfortunately, when we did finally get across, we couldn't drive home because there is called Komendansky Chas. We call it a curfew. So we couldn't drive past the curfew, so we drove into Lvov, depending which language you like. And we rented a hotel, stayed there for the night, got up this morning, went for a nice little walk around the block, grabbed a cup of coffee, hopped in the car, and then drove the almost probably 6 hours back to Chernivtsi, where as I stay, I found my apartment. I was able to get that. I was blessed that one of my friends owns an apartment and he's going to let me stay there. I have to buy a mattress because there's no furniture there whatsoever, but just buy a mattress, throw it on the floor, and then I got someplace to sleep. That'll be going on. All right, so and dinner, and then kind of getting everything solid. You can still see behind me, I'm in the place I was before, just because all my stuff is here. So tonight I'm kind of collecting all my stuff. Tomorrow I will hopefully grab my stuff, put in the car, and head to the apartment. There's a little bit of sad news that I probably should share with you, and I'm not sharing it with you to scare you. And I hope the Lord doesn't allow this to happen again. But one of the guys here, remember I told you there's 10 other guys that do what I do. They drive around, they take stuff from here to there, and they take people from there to here. He was down in Kherson. He drove from, remember, I'm in Chernivtsi. I'm not supposed to talk about cities, but I'm here, and I drove down to there. And he was doing the same trip. And when he was there, unfortunately, he got caught by Russian soldiers, and he was held for 3 days. After 3 days, they did let him go, so he is now actually home, resting safe, so everything's okay. But he was doing the same things that I'm doing. That's the first time that I've heard of. There might be more. I'm not privy to all the information, but the first time where someone does what it is that I do, a volunteer, and got caught and was captured for 3 days. All right. But on a happier note, at the high point, our church here was hosting over 900 families from all different churches and clubs and areas of Ukraine. Right now, we're down to just under 100, which means either people have gone back home, and you'll see from my other video of crossing the border that there was at least a 2-kilometer line of tractor trailers and cars trying to get into Ukraine, and it was the same size from Ukraine trying to get out. So I would say it's kind of stabilized a little bit. I don't think that's going to last very long. If my guess is right, if I'm trying to be a prophet, right, I'm saying that where Kherson in Mariupol and Donetsk are, there's another place called Dnipro. It's D-N-I. It's Dnipropetrovsk. I can never say it right. That's just a word just doesn't come out right, but we call it Dnipro. Everybody knows what that means, right? That's where the next battle is going to happen. I think the Russians are going to try and circle that area to claim that land bridge into the Black Sea. If that happens, all the people from there are going to head our way. So obviously we want to get ahead of that. We want to make sure that everything's ready for them to come. I want to get down there and see really if that's really going to be happening, and those people know the route to get out. Kyiv is calm right now, from my understanding. I have not been there to tell you the truth. But when I asked the guys here, I'm like, what are the routes like? What's changed? Right? Kyiv's not such a big deal anymore. The stores have opened up, so all the stuff that was there that they couldn't get to, people are able to get to at the moment. Obviously, except for Bucha and Irpin, the places that were destroyed for obvious reasons. But there is enough stuff in Kyiv to take to those places, so we don't need to be making the long trips to Kyiv anymore. Now it'll still be back down to Odessa. I will probably drive to Odessa. I'll drive down to Dnipro, probably Mykolaiv there and see what's going on down there. But at the moment, this is the thing I have to do. I am here. I was able to purchase the refrigerator. Now, I do want to tell you this because it's a blessing, but I'll tell you in a different video because I'm already at 5 minutes. But see the other video about the blessing with regards to the refrigerator. Right, but my job now is to get a car, put the refrigerator into it, and then I'll probably head back into Europe after I get a bunch of the doctors here to write me prescriptions for insulin. Obviously, if anybody knows about insulin, there's just one. It's not like insulin. It's not like vitamin B, right? There's all different kinds, and if you give the wrong kind to the wrong person, they spike and A1Cs go off, and it's just bad. All right, so I have to get a bunch of different doctors to give me a bunch of different prescriptions for a bunch of different insulin, right? And then I will drive, hopefully, the newly outfitted car with a refrigerator back across the border, another 8 hours. 6 hours there, 8 hours across the border into Poland. I've already talked to some doctors there that will fill a prescription. They just need a prescription, right? Then take all of that, organize it so we know what is what, who is who, because remember, it's written in Polish, not written in Russian. Right, put it into the right packages, put it in my refrigerator, turn around, and drive back across the border to here. So that's the plan for the moment. I'm heading on 6 minutes. I'll look at the other video for the blessing.